All right. Well, welcome everybody to our 10 to the Top. This is week 4 and our 7th Zoom. And oh my goodness, you guys, tonight we have such a treat for you. We've had such incredible speakers over the last 6 Zooms, and we are just so grateful that Kathy Coover decided to join us tonight and share her wisdom with all of us. Now, Kathy, I want you to meet this group. This group is just a selective few. It's not our whole entire team. Dana and I were talking a couple of weeks ago, and we really wanted to just take some people that were really serious about going executive, and we wanted to just work very, very closely with them, and we just wanted to team up and kind of hand pick a few. Well, we decided to post it on our team walls to see if there were any takers out there, to see if there were some serious people that may have been people under people under people. We didn't want to miss anybody. And so we just put it out there and said, listen, this is going to be a very serious group. We are going to have a mandatory 10 Zooms. You're not going to be allowed to miss any of them. And, you know, a couple of them, one was on Christmas Eve morning and one was on New Year's Eve morning. And we've had holidays and family and all sorts of things going on. But if they were committed, we were going to be committed. And we, promised to bring on some great speakers. We've had, of course, Michael's going to be on Saturday. We've had Bonnie Futrell, Jay and Julia Johnson were our speakers. It's been incredible. Well, these guys have literally not missed one Zoom. And then at the end of the Zoom, Dana always does a call to action, and they literally post in a private group just for the top, these 50 people, these 50 associates. And they literally have to post everything that they've done, and they're all doing the action steps. And we're just so super excited that we know that these guys are going to all go executive. So we've really been focusing on why going executive is so important. So Kathy, I just want to ask you a couple of questions that I know the team will be so excited to hear. First of all, you and Jim, you guys were in retirement when you got together with Jim Anderson and he started talking to you about starting a company. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, I was only retired for a month, but Jim had been retired for quite a while. I retired him from the corporate world of network marketing, but we had, Jim has been in charge of another billion-dollar company, and he has been a CEO, a COO, executive vice president of other network marketing companies. He loves the profession because he loves people and helping people. And I had built 3 large organizations to million-dollar incomes, and we both have been let down. And, just people didn't do it right. They didn't care about the people. And, we felt that we were tired of it. We were going to hang up our hat. I was going to go out and create a company to train people on how to be successful in network marketing. Lo and behold, we moved to Arizona, and John Anderson contacted us. He knew Jim before. And he said, I have a small company in existence, and I really need help because I'm failing. And I really need your help. So we said, well, we'll look at it and we'll see if we can give you some advice. And so we went in and consulted with them for a little while. And we said, we know exactly what you need. You need a new product line. You need a new website. You need a new compensation plan. You need new leaders. And you're going to need us. And he looked at us like we're a little bit crazy. And he goes, okay, let's do it. And I thought, well, this guy's got guts. And so we started we started in December 2001, reinventing his company. We launched it March 23rd, 2002, with about 5 employees. And, it was, a hope and a dream and a prayer. John created the products. Jim started working on the infrastructure. I started, aligning people with our company, new leadership, and it just took off, and it's been a blessing. And we really wanted to create a company that was the ambassador, a company that was held up as the one that did it right, something that people could count on, something that people would be proud to be a part of, something they could pass on to their kids. That they were just so excited to be, part of a company like this. And so, it's really been a dream come true. It's, we love what we do with Isagenix. We really feel we're just getting started. We know all of you, you put your reputations on the line, and everything that you do, we really consider what we do, how it affect you, will it benefit you? Is it going to hurt the whole organization? Will it benefit the whole organization? So, we've always had that motto, and it's been a blessing. It really has. We've had the biggest year ever in history. And we're just getting started, and we're so excited about all of you joining, the leadership, Dana and Rachel, and all you amazing women on the line and men on the line, if there's any men on the line, because, you're our new leadership, and I know you found a home that you can count on, and we're here for you. We're here for you for your future.
Well, we can totally see that. When we had met in Arizona, you said, if you ever need anything, do not be afraid to ask. And then you said it when we spoke, before I even joined, you had called and gave me your cell number and said, if you ever need anything. So I took you up on that, and we are so grateful. It's just been amazing. Dana had the ability to go and visit the corporate headquarters. I've been out there a couple of times, and you can really feel the heart of the company. We are just extremely grateful to be a part. Now, you built to the top of 3 different network marketing companies. You kind of mentioned, you were let down. What were some of the things that, because of those experiences, you really wanted to do different here in Isagenix?
Well, we wanted to create a company that was all about the people, helping you achieve your goals, helping to have the healthiest people on the planet, to have the best products in the world, that proved results and best quality ingredients. We wanted to also have a compensation plan that paid you and rewarded, because I was with companies that didn't want me to make money. They were angry that I made money, which I just couldn't understand. So, and we wanted to also do it right, really do it so that, legally, that everything is just compliance is really important, something that would last. And we didn't start this company to sell it. We started this company to pass it on, to Eric, and really for you to be able to pass it on to your kids. So, what I learned is, you have to have tools and systems for your people. And so when I went to work on Isagenix, I wanted to create platforms and systems for you to be able to plug into that you could use that would duplicate in your team, because I had to create all those through the other companies. So I didn't want you to have to do that. I didn't want you to work into wee hours of the night to create those types of things. I wanted you to have them at your fingertips. We wanted you to have the recruiting system. We wanted you to have the product development system, the business development system. And, we're always looking how we can make it better. How can we make our compensation plan pay you more money, pay you faster, pay you what you're worth? So those are some things that we've learned, and we've learned to really surround ourselves with people that are thoroughbreds, just like you are, just like your team. You're surrounding yourself with people that you might not have the skills, people that may be better than you. And that's what we are. When we started out, we had 7 employees. We did everything. But now we have people. We're running $1 billion company now, and it's a whole different ball game. We have to have people that, think into the future, that mitigate risks, that are really good at logistics and all the different things. So, and finance and looking out for our future. So, what I can tell you is that we've had a lot of experience, and we've walked in your shoes. And we know what it's like. I know what it's like. I really know what it's like. I know what it's like to be out in the line. I've traveled all over the United States by myself, from city to city, grinding it. And when I was building, and I did that too in the beginning of Isagenix, city to city to city by myself. And finally, Jim got to join me when we started traveling. But so I know what you go through. I know the ups and downs, and I know what it takes to make this company successful.
Well, that's incredible. And there's nothing like having, the executives in our company that have literally done what we've done. And that's amazing, because that doesn't happen very often, does it? You're running the companies, they've never actually built a business. So yeah, that's pretty incredible, Kathy. Now let's talk about the compensation plan.
Okay, great.
I mean, that I've heard you go through it. You did it on the whiteboard in the office, and you were super passionate about it. And the more I participate and the more I learn, it's nothing like I've ever done. I've done some unilevel hybrids and a unilateral, and never a binary. And actually, I was pretty ignorant about the binary. But it's incredible. So, you want to talk a little bit about the compensation plan?
Well, yeah, I know you're all on your run to executive. And, I interviewed, hundreds and hundreds of people over the last few months. And I've learned a lot. And so I've created a new webinar that we'll launch at New Year's kickoff called Fast Track to Executive. Oh, awesome. And when we started going to the momentum phase back in 2012, I created a webinar called 5K in 5 weeks, but we had to take it down because of the numbers and stuff. So now we created a new one that's really compliant. Our compensation plan is the best there is. I mean, because what I truly believe network marketing is building a network of people that buy and consume the best products in the world. So you're building this big network of people that buy and consume the products, and you're paid a commission on that. And that's really what it is. And that's your asset. That's the assets you're building and building and building. And as you're building this business, you have to realize that all businesses go through ups and downs and peaks and valleys. It's normal. And that you have to realize that this is long term. You have $1 million business in your hand, and you have to realize that, and you need to treat it like $1 million business. And I've talked to thousands of people over the last 2 months through Zoom, and I can tell you that every year you're relaunching your business. Every year you come out with a new business plan. Every year you bring out the new team, like the new team for 2017. Who is your new team? Who are your people? Who is your team that you're going to move forward? And the executive status is where you want to go. But that's just the beginning. So, I know you're all in your run to executive. And what I had is some really aha moments with realizing, as I call out to the pool winners. I call out and say, congratulations, you won $2,500 in the pool. Congratulations, you won $5,000 in the pool. And I also realized that everybody I was calling out to in the director pool and the executive pool didn't even know there was a pool. So that was an aha moment for me. So that's why I created this new webinar. So what I can tell you is, I know many of you may be new, maybe you've had experience in network marketing, but as you're building, you go to that manager status. That's a huge pivotal, because it's a great bench, because right then you got your products paid for. But then, of course, you're trying to pull up your consultants to manager. You're breaking managers. So you're always pulling people up. It's not, I see the biggest mistake, people think they go straight to executive and then they're done. No, you're not done. That's just the first bench. So you go manager, then you work on that 5-cycle bonus. That 5-cycle bonus is huge. It is, because it really, when you get people all going for that 5-cycle bonus, it will create a groundswell in your organization and everybody bumps up. So then the next step is director. And it seems like a lot of people get stuck from manager to director, but they have to see the light. They have to see the light of the director status. And that director status is brilliant, because once you reach that director status, they get the $750. But then as soon as you reach it, you lock it in. You pull up your consultants, you pull up your managers, you're pulling them up to the manager status, you're getting up to the 5-cycle bonus, and you'll lock yourself into that pool for $2,500. That's a lot of money, it depends where you are, but a lot of people, when they hit that director status, if they get in that director pool, you're going to make $5,000-$6,000 if you do it right. And then you're not stopping. You're pulling your managers to directors, and you're going executive, and you're reaching for that executive, and it's great to do it fast, and then lock in that executive. Don't just have 5 on the left, 5 on the right, have 6 and 6. And you get that $5,000 pool. And I know you ladies have won it. And that's huge. And I've seen people earn $10,000. They get the $5,000 on the executive front, but then another $5,000 in the pool. That's huge. And so it's showing people the big picture. It's not just getting to manager. It's not just getting to director. It's showing those pools and getting to lock into that, and then pulling your people up. Keep pulling your people up. And then you always need to keep sponsoring. As big as I got, the minimum amount of people I ever sponsored was 6 a month. There was not one month that went by that I didn't sponsor 6. And in the month of August, in December, when everybody said, oh, you can't do it, I would sponsor 12 to 13 people in that month, just to prove that you can. You can do it. It's all in your head. It's all mindset. Mm-hmm. And, you know, as you are, you know, being these great leaders and inspiring your group to come up, you know, make them see that ladder. And I have a new ladder. I don't know if Lynn showed it to you. Mm-hmm. I emailed it to her. I can email it to you. But we're going to have it at New Year's kickoff. We're going to be grinding it into everybody. But, you know, this new ladder is every step up the way. So I think this will be a really way to paint the picture. And then then you jump up, of course, to the 1-star. And then you just keep jumping by pulling your people up, keep personally sponsoring, pulling your people up, keep personally sponsored. And, you know, then you get bigger and bigger, and you need to still keep doing the do. I mean, I talk to the top leaders all the time, and they're still personally sponsoring because, you know what? You want it so bad for your people. You want your people to be successful. They become your family, your best friends. So this is not it's a sprint to executive, but it's a real business, you know, that you just keep building every single year. And just imagine where you will be in the next 15 years, where each and every one of you be financially free, for your families to not have to worry about debt, that your kids can go whatever school they want, you know, that you can go on their vacations, that you can be the mom and dad that you want to be because you have freedom. And, you know, there's nothing like freedom. And I mean, freedom is financial freedom too, because that is a huge, huge freedom for people.
Wow, Kathy, I'm pumped up. How about you guys? Hey, Dana, I'm going to give you a turn now. I know I want to bring on Dana Lombardi. I know she has a couple of questions for you. And Kathy, thank you so much. I just hear the passion in your voice. It's so exciting to be a part of it. We are grateful. Dana,
we're grateful for your leadership. Thank you.
I'm ready to just hang up and go back to work. And I am such a benchmark person. And so I wrote down a couple little things that I loved. You said that at the very minimum, you sponsored 6 people in a month. And hey, if Kathy Coover says that, and she's built 3 to the top of 3 different companies, that's going to be a benchmark that I follow. So, okay, so we've kind of talked about different questions we wanted to ask you. Can you give us a little snapshot as to what, I think you kind of touched on that with, you know, grooming Eric to take over, but what can we expect in the near future and then, you know, maybe down the line? Not that I'm asking for any secrets or anything, but if there's, you know, what's your overall plan for the future? And I ask that because I already know that you, it's your dream to have the largest health and wellness company on the planet.
That's so true. And, you know, everything takes time. You know, our goal is to be the largest health and wellness company in the world. I don't know if it'll happen in my lifetime, but, you know, I know if you have big dreams and big visions and big goals that the magic can happen, and you have to believe and you have to have mindset. And I have to work on myself all the time too. I work on myself personally, you know, to have that mindset, to that positive attitude, because my staff and in our field is counting on me for that. So what I can tell you is that, you know, we're very close to a $5 billion cumulative sales. And, you know, our goal in 3 years is to be at $2 billion. And that is a big jump. That's doubling our sales. So in order to double our sales, you know, what we have to do is we have to keep expanding in the U.S., keep solidifying our leadership here. We'll be expanding into the UK and then to Germany. And then we have other places that we'll be going. Korea's on our mindset, China, a lot of places like that. So we're not stopping. We're going to keep expanding and changing people's lives. But there's a huge opportunity. I don't even think we've even scratched the surface in the U.S. When I went to Texas, I couldn't believe it. I asked 20 people, and I always do this. I think it's so much fun. I said, have you ever heard of a company called Isagenix? And I asked 20 people, and Jim asked 20 different people, and not one of them heard of it. And I thought that was just unbelievable. Texas is totally untapped. Florida's untapped. So many places are untapped. So, you know, building around your hometown is is a great place. But, you know, look into the future too. You know, as we launch the UK, which will be launching probably the very end of April, you know, the UK is going to be a great market for us. So, you know, be asking people, who do you know in the UK? You know, because they speak English. We do really well in English-speaking countries. So, you know, the plans of the future is I'm going to keep doing this till I can't do it. I'm 64, but I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. So I will do it till I die. I will probably die with a headset in my ear. You know, Jim is just as passionate as I am. It's our life, and Eric is very passionate about it too. So we're so committed. And PETA is very much involved. You know, she took her name off of the roster because she wanted to give someone else that top 25 spot. But she is in the top 25 of the company. And, you know, she has quite an organization, and she supports that team. But, you know, so she's 100% Isagenix also. She has some other dreams and goals and aspirations. I've never met a woman quite like her with a vision that she has. But anyway, so we're all committed. We're committed to the journey. We're committed to the success, and we love what we do. And the reason why is I do it for all of you. I do it for every single one of you. I really don't have to work anymore, but it's my love. It's my passion. And I want you to have it all. I want you to have that success, that health. I want your families to feel abundant, and you to be very, very, you know, close to your family like Eric and I are. I know a lot of moms wish that they had that relationship, and you can have that relationship. And I think that relationship all starts with communication. And I think that communication with your families, I know you have probably a lot of young moms on here, and you know, you have big goals like to sponsor 6 people and things like that, but you have to have time management so dialed in. And so that's really important, that you really have meetings with your family, regular meetings. And have it in a very, I always used to make always a special Sunday dinner, and we would talk about our goals as a family, what we wanted in our life. And it's good to see your children see you have dreams and aspirations, because it'll make them have dreams and aspirations, and ask them what they want in their life, what they'd like to see. And as you know, I shared my goals for building my organization. You know, we also had family goals that once we achieved this would happen. So that communication and then the support of the spouse, really asking your spouse for their support, because I think it's really imperative to your success, and doing it in a very loving way, non-threatening way, and making them feel very secure, making them feel very a part of the business too, so that they want to make a contribution. And then I'd have Jim and Eric write down how they were going to help me, you know, reach these goals. And, you know, they all contributed. Eric was going to do certain things. He used to register people at my meetings. He used to sell my books. He did so many things, you know, and Jim always helped take care of Eric as he traveled all over the road. But that was all from communication. And I think we had that really, really strong bond, because a lot of times it was just Jim and Eric. They were, you know, a unit, because I was working. Then it was my time with Eric, and nothing was going to get in that time. That time was always with him, and that was my time. Then we had our family time together, but that built that real strong bond. And I know I only had one child, but I had 50, 60,000 in my downline too. So, you know, I would encourage you to really, you know, talk to your family and set the goals like you're setting goals for yourself, and make it special. And, you know, if someone's in the moment and they're upset about something, maybe they're working too hard, you know, just say, look, I appreciate what you're saying. I understand, but I'd like to talk to you about it a little bit later till they settle down, and then you talk about it, and then you have a solution. I mean, that's what I've always done all my life. If someone's in the moment or somebody's upset, I always say, well, I think that's really important what you're saying, and I want to talk to you about it, but can we just hold that for a couple hours so they get out of the moment, and then we could really have a serious conversation. So I know that that's really important to all of you, but that time management, you got to book in time for yourself. You need to take care of yourself. You need to get up and work out and do those things. You have to take care of yourself first, your family first, you first, then you book your appointments in, then you book your Isagenix business in. And if you feel good and you're up and you're pumped, you're going to perform at your optimum. If you're down and not feeling good about yourself and you're bummed out, you're not going to perform. So I hope that might shed a little wisdom for you.
Totally, it does. And that was going to be one of my questions is, mindset. Well, how do you get yourself in the right mindset? But I really do think you kind of covered that. So we've asked some of our people for if they had any questions, and we've got one. How do you get over your oppositions when someone tells you no? How do you get over that?
You mean if you're talking to someone about Isagenix and they say no?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I say, usually I say, well, I can understand that this may be for you. It may not be for you. But, can I keep in contact with you? Or the other thing is just to turn it around. And I usually say, I can appreciate that it might not be the right time for you. But do you know anybody that's looking to have better health, that's looking to create an additional 6-figure income for themselves? Do you know anybody like that? Because I found my best people that way. That's how I found Rod Hairston, the guy that developed Healthy Mind and Body. He was in my downline. And that's how I found him, by asking for a referral. I always ask for a referral. I just went to get a facial, and the gal that did my skin, she goes, Kathy, I'm looking to expand my business this year. And I know you probably know a lot of, people that are into looking good and feeling good. So would you mind giving some referrals out? And I gave her 3 names right there, and I texted them. I said, will you text them and tell them about me? And I texted them right then. So it's just the little things that you do. Just ask people for referrals. It might not be the right time for them, but ask them if you can keep in contact with them in 30 days to let them know what's happening, because this isn't for everybody, and you don't need everybody, and don't let it get to you. I talked to 100 people a week, new people a week, when I was building, all the time. Between 60 and 100 people a week. Because back when I was building, we didn't have Facebook. We didn't have any of this. I worked through my warm market to start with, then I worked through their warm market and their warm market, and then I keep building my warm market and expanding my warm market. But then I started advertising. And as I started advertising, I'd have 100 calls every day. And so I'd hit the phones every day. And so I got a lot of rejections. And out of the 100 calls, I was looking for 2. I was looking for 2 good people. That's all I was looking for. And that's what you got to remember. You're just looking for a couple good ones. You don't need a whole herd. You just need a few really, really good ones. And you need to pick your people. You need to have a posture of abundance. You can't have that posture of, oh, you've got to join. You got to do this. You got to do this. No, it's you have something so special, and you only have time to work with people that want it. And you need to procast that. Look, and I'm looking to create a new team in 2017. I thought about you. I see some great traits with you. I think you'd be extremely successful. Compliment them if they deserve to be complimented. And if they don't, you just bless and release. I had one lady that, she said, none of my team is doing anything. And I said, she said, you need to let go, Charlene. You need to let go and create a whole new team. So she said she got down on her knees and she prayed and she went, I'm blessing and releasing my whole team. And she said, it was just like the breath of fresh air. And she was going out and she said she's already sponsored 6 people. She's creating her whole new team. So you always need to know who's going to be running with you. Who are your captains? And, as you get bigger and bigger in Isagenix, longer and longer, some people get comfortable and they just want to make $1,000 a month. They don't have the goals that you have. And that's okay. You need all different types. You need customers. You need people that want to make 500, 1,000, and you never know when the light bulb's going to go on. But you're looking for the runners. You're looking for the ones with a burning desire to change their position in life. And those are the ones that you really want to, really breathe life into. And you're like these people on the line. They're your runners. And if they don't want to run with you, don't let it get to you. It's okay. Just there's somebody waiting out there for you.
Yeah, awesome. Great. Oh, that's so great. Like I'm pumped. 2 more questions and then we will let you go. We'll honor your time. Aloya Reyes wants to know, what do you say to people when they say, ooh, that's too expensive, after you've educated them? And I'm assuming she's talking about the product line, maybe the shakes.
Well, there's several ways you can take that. Depends who the person is. But look, if I could show you how to get your products paid for, would you be interested?
Oh, that's great. Eloya, did you hear that? Say that one more time, Kathy.
If I can show you how to get your products paid for, would you be interested? The other thing would be, that's the biggest door opener. And I say, look, you're just redirecting your spending. You're already spending money on food, and you're going to spend a lot less because this is your food. But I can show you how to get your products paid for. I can show you how to make $500 a month, $1,000 a month. So, it really won't cost you anything. You'll be able to eat for free.
That's amazing. That's it right there. That's golden. Okay. And then let's see. So Yesenia is asking, she used to do door-to-door sales, and she says it seemed easier to sell something that people knew about it. Like we've all heard of the door-to-door type products, right? How do you tell someone about Isagenix when they don't even know what it is? Something like to catch their eye quickly.
So you mean like the elevator pitch, or is this person really going door to door? If you are, I just got to give you a gold medal.
I think she said she used to do that. And actually, she just asked, can we go door to door?
You can do whatever you want as long as you don't get in trouble, but says no solicitors. But I think really making, like, what is Isagenix? Isagenix has solutions for weight loss. We have the #1 weight loss program in the world. We have solutions for energy, performance, healthy aging, and wealth creation. What gets you excited? And then, because you got to go where they want. Because if somebody came at me and said, I got something for weight loss, I go, I don't want it. But somebody says energy, performance, I said, tell me about it. And then you can introduce it that way, and you direct them right to what they want. You don't have to get too complicated with it. It's, health is, the other thing too is if somebody said this is expensive, you can say, look, I can show you how to get your products paid for, but how important is your health to you? How much does it cost when you get cancer? How much does it cost when you have heart disease? How much does it cost when you have to go to the doctor? Isn't it better to be healthy and have good nutritional supplements? So there's lots of takes you can take on all these different. It's just who you're talking to.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Rachel, do you have anything else to add before we give them their action items?
No, I don't. I just want to thank you again, Kathy, for taking the time to be with us tonight.
I was so excited. I was excited to be with you, and Happy New Year, and thank you, all of you, for all you do, and just keep on charging. And you talked about mindset and how I keep my mindset going, my energy going, and I'm going to do a little bit of that at New Year's kickoff. But I do it usually through music and through affirmations. I've always done that, and the affirmations now I don't need to do as much as I did when I was in your shoes, because I didn't really, I had a lot of doubts about myself. Didn't know if I'd be able to make it. Everybody told me I'd fail, all that kind of stuff, so I had to really work on my head, and I did that through affirmations. And I'm going to do some of those at the end of New Year's kickoff. And Eric used to think I was crazy, and now he doesn't think I'm so crazy. But I turn on the music. Like before I do a thing, I turn on some really high energy music, and it gets me pumped up, gets me motivated. And that's always, I do that on the way to work. As soon as I get close to the office, I crank it up, and I crank up the music because I'm going to the office. I'm ready to go. I'm out in the car and just going. So, it's whatever gets you excited, jumping jacks, whatever it is, you need to do that. Gratitude is to something that really puts you in the right state. Getting in the right state is really important.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you for inviting me on the call, and I'm going to sign off, and you have a wonderful end to your call. You almost have 60 people on the call. Wow.
I know.
That's awesome.
We're so proud of them.
Thank you, ladies, for all you do. We're so proud of you, and congratulations on your success. It makes me so happy when I see that. So
we are excited to be a part of it, and we are just getting started.
Yes.
I know you are. You guys are breaking records.
Tomorrow will be my 4th month. I can't even wait to get started. Thank you so much, Kathy.
Okay, have a great night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hi.
Okay. Hey, you guys. Now, we want to, of course, have our action items. So I'm going to post the new graphic here as soon as we get off, but I want to give you a couple things. Now, one of the things, you guys have been planting seeds all along, which has been amazing. I mean, that's really been one of the whole purposes of this group, is to get these seeds planted. Now we really need to kind of make that turn and become a little more, I don't want to say aggressive, that's the wrong word, but more laser focused. You got some great information, great inspiration tonight. And if the goal is to go executive, and we're 4 weeks into this 5-week deal here, we've only got, what, 3 more Zooms left. You really need to get your strategy in gear. And so here's a couple action items that I want you to do. This week, I want you to meet with, I don't care if it's on Zoom, but I want you to meet face-to-face, whether it's locally at a coffee shop, you have someone over to your house, or if they're not local to you, get on Zoom and I want you to get with 2 of your associates this week, okay? And if I were you, I would pick the 2 that maybe already have an associate under them and really strategize how you are going to help support them in getting their 2 people. Because this is all about creating consultants, right? You need 5 consultants on one side, 5 on the other. So this week, I want you to get with 2 of your associates, and I want you to take it a step further, because I want you to take a picture or a screenshot of it if you're doing it on Zoom, if you're doing it together, do a selfie, whatever it is, and I want you to post that to social media, excuse me, and put a caption, something like, helping this cutie, or helping this rock star promote, planning this new promotion for this rock star. Number 1, that's going to show anybody who's looking at you, who's watching, maybe considering joining your team, they're seeing you in action supporting your team, okay? Number 2, it's also going to show the people that you're pictured with. Anybody that's watching them, wow, they really do have a support system. Because I get messages all the time of people that have left a previous company because maybe they didn't get the best support. I've had an interesting conversation the last couple days that somebody actually followed me. They were a sideline in my previous company, followed me because of my energy, said they needed the support, and then proceeded to move on to another company because I wasn't supporting them in the way they needed to be supported. So I asked them, what does me supporting you look like? And she said to me, I expected a daily to-do list texted or called to me each day. And I expected you to tell me exactly how to, work this business step to step. And I told her, I said, okay, well, I'm not a micromanager and I'm not a handholder. I'm an empowerer. So what I want you to do when you're talking to that associate is really get that expectation down so they know what to expect from you and you know what to expect from them, okay? So tag your sponsor, tag anybody in your upline or sideline, whatever that is, tag Rachel and tag I on these posts this week. You meeting with 2 of your associates, okay? And then we want you to continue to get those tasting parties. Now, a lot of you, some of you, not a lot of you, have reached out and said, well, I'm new to this area and I don't know anybody. I had suggested to a couple of you, just invite the neighbor to the right, neighbor to the left, and start there and then ask them, kind of what Kathy said tonight, if they would mind doing a tasting party for you. That will start to expand your warm market in your local area, okay? So how many of you, show of hands, have gotten 6 tasting parties on the books? So 4, Denise has 4. I'm 3, Erin's got 3. Okay, 3, Ness, I've seen a lot of 3s, 4s, good, okay. So keep working on that too, okay. Got it. Keep working on that, you guys, because I really, and Rachel can attest to this too, the turnaround, the sign rate is really much heavier. It's a much bigger percentage rate when you can get in front of people and let them taste and they can hear your excitement. So continue to do what we've been doing, adding people to RPRR, following that process, using the checklist, the sheet that Lynn has provided for us. But this week, I think the important thing is to get with 2 of your associates, come up with a game plan on getting them to a consultant. Like, be very clear, by this date, you're going to be consultant because you're bringing 2 more people in or 1 more person in. Look at their tree, show them how to look at their tree so they know where they're at all times, and post it on social media. Does that sound good? Any questions? 2 thumbs down for me. It's okay. It's okay, girl. Just keep
asking.
Yep, keep plugging.
Every no. I mean, if you're getting 10 no's a day when you're asking, you're doing a great job.
Yep.
But if you're not getting any no's, that means you're not doing enough asking. So just keep asking. And the best thing to do is have your own, and then start inviting people to yours. Give them 3 options, because then once they come, that makes it really easy for them to decide to host, because they've seen it. It's easy. It's casual. It's fun. They love it. They love the way it tastes, and they'll be more apt to say yes to hosting one for you. But start in your own backyard.
Yeah. And, hey, Rachel, I should probably ask you offline, but if they're new to an area, there's community pages, like buy, sell, trade pages.
Yeah. The best thing, if you're new to an area, go to meetup.com and put in your zip code, and then kind of look through it. You can put your different activities. It'll ask you, like, what do you like to do? Yoga, or, book clubs, or wine clubs, or women's clubs, or business clubs. Like, there's a whole list of things to do in your zip code. That way you can kind of pick and choose. Most of them are free. We have found a ton of different things. And then you just start going consistently to kind of feel the group out to see if it's kind of like your people, your tribe. Sometimes you feel like it's a fit. Sometimes you feel like it's not a fit. Go back to meetup.com, pick a couple of new things. It's a great way to do something that you love. Maybe you want to take an art class, then start going consistently, make some new connections, make some new friends. But meetup.com is the best way to do it.
Yep. The other idea too is if you have little kids, preschool age or whatever,
right,
jamboree, that kind of a thing, set up play dates. Yes. Where you and your, whoever they're playing with are sitting on a park bench together watching your kids, or have them over or whatever. Get to know them that way. And then you can say, look, I'm new to this area and I'm trying to get my business off the ground. I love what I do. I love our products and I love how I feel, and it's helped me this way. Can you help me out? Who do you know? What other, what other people can you refer to me? So asking referrals that way. So if you don't have 6 on your schedule, at least keep trying to get them. Get out there and meet people. So
that's right. How many friends can you make today? That was always my motto. Can I make a new friend today? And I'll tell you, when my kids were babies, I started this business 17 years ago. So my kids were like 2, 4, and 5 years old. I'm telling you, that is the best way to build a business, because you put it in baseball, you put the other one in soccer, put the other one in ballet. If it's a money thing, hit the park the same time every single day. You'll find that the same families, the same moms, and the same kids show up at the park at the same time every single day. Put your kid in the swing next to the cute mom. Start a conversation. Your kids are your biggest assets, and it's great for them to watch you, because you start raising confident kids.
Yep. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, well, if that's it, there's no other questions, we will call it a night. Was that not amazing, having Kathy Coover on our Zoom?
Just okay, so wait till Saturday. We have our very Should I tell him? Maybe I shouldn't even tell him.
No, we'll tell him.
You guys want to be on, because it's amazing. It's really going to blow your socks off.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right.
I love doing that. We'll tease them on the team page.
Okay. All right. Sounds
good. Bye, guys.
Bye, you guys.
Bye, you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye. Have a great night.